So this machine here is our Bullard horizontal boring mill. And you can see we're kind of storing stuff on the table because this machine hasn't been used in over a year. The reason it's been broken is because we keep shearing off the pump shaft. It's either the circulation or the pressure pump. We aren't totally sure. We just know that it keeps shearing off. But it's not only happened once, but it's also happened twice. This one we had to repair. With the information that we have, the dimensions we have from these two pump shafts, they're a little bit different, but they both work. They worked at one time. We made us a new one. And it's not the prettiest thing, but it should work. It's running perfectly concentric, unlike these two. We're gonna install it in the pump and see how well it runs. When you're working with any sort of pump, you wanna make sure you keep it as clean as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and run over each part and make sure it's perfectly clean. I'm just gonna wipe this out really good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use this, whatever we have left of this high temperature grease. We're gonna make sure that we've got a healthy amount of grease inside that bearing. We got this bearing nice and just about as packed as I could get it with what I've got left of that grease, and we're gonna go ahead and just drop it into the pump here. Now we're gonna take our shaft, nice and clean, and we're gonna turn this pump on its side actually. We're gonna install the shaft, find the spline teeth, push it in. We're gonna go ahead and put the bearing on the opposite side of the pump. We're gonna install that real quick. Now we're gonna go ahead and install our snap ring. This should help the shaft stop against this bearing so that it never slides out. Now we're just making sure our cap on the other side, or seal cap, I guess you could say, perfectly clean. I'm gonna go ahead, slip that on over. Gotta get it lined up. It should just pop in. Got our hardware here. Install these. We take our little Woodruff key, just a little guy. Spin our shaft around here. We can find the key way. Pop that in. We're going to go ahead and install the pump on the pump housing. The top of this pump housing actually has the cap or the seal housing for the seals we've got in there. And it mates up against there with that gasket. Barely fits. Sorry, this is kind of tricky. I gotta push through the gasket to make it work. So we've got the pump installed in our housing here. Lovejoy's on. It's not tightened down or anything, so once we have the mating in coming up through here, we'll be able to get those aligned. This is not a paid advertisement. It's a good drink. We got 4 5/8 bolts holding this pump housing on the machine, but one of them is too tight of a space to get a wrench into there, so we're unable to tighten that all the way. So we have to take the pump off and get in there and really torque that down. All right, we finally got the pump out. We're gonna get in there and torque that bolt down. Now I'm installing the key. That's all it takes right there. Okay, this sucker's gonna work. Okay, so we've got the pump installed with the Lovejoy down below, tying it to the other pump, circulation and a pressure pump. So we're gonna hook up all these lines and see if she runs. Okay, so we got all the hoses, the pulley and everything installed. You can see down here, everything's working good. We got the tension on the pulleys correct, and we're ready to fire it up and see if it works. Okay, now that we've got everything working, we can go ahead and jog the axes, make sure everything's working correctly. So let's go ahead and okay, so we're happy to have this machine up and running again. Like I said, it's been off for about a year, and we're excited that we got a lot of work for this machine, so we're excited to throw it up on the table and start cutting chips.